Hello. Uh, am I audible? Can someone confirm me on the live chat? Yeah. Fine. Hello, students. Today I'll be giving a brief introduction to. There is this new course launched by IIM Bangalore. This is a undergraduate course for the people who are currently in their 12th standard. This course is launched for the very first time. That their first batch intake is starting from this 2026, and further the exam IIMB, that is IIM Bangalore, is conducting its individual tests for the students who are interested to appear for it. They're offering two courses in this, basically bachelor's in economics with a data science in minor, and the other course is bachelor's in data science with the economics minor. So in this, actually, good evening guys, good evening Swain. So the point is that now I'll explain you what is this course about. A brief introduction today, I'll put it on what is this exactly course wanted to what is it expecting from the students who are aspiring to get into this course, and how are their placement opportunities or what career prospects they can expect from this course I'll be taking up. And also for this particular IIM B UG test, they'll be conducting a 2-hour test which have 3 sections in it. One is verbal, the other is logical reasoning, and the other one would be data interpretation part. So I'll be showing you actually what are those concepts could be or what topics they are going to add in it. So let us get started for that. Okay. Yeah. So if you could see this particular, one second. Yeah. If you could see this particular FAQ, this is an official website of IIM Bangalore page. Here, if you could see, what are those 2 undergraduate programs which is IIM Bangalore offering from this 2026 is that it is offering, one is BSc Honors in Economics with minors in Data Science, and the other is BSc Honors in Data Science with minors in Economics. So basically, we all know that IIMs usually deal with MBA programs for the postgraduates in the level of postgraduates, that is after the undergraduation. But this is the course for the very first time they launched for the purpose of people who have just finished their 12th. So basically, let us see how many students are being admitted over here. Here it is said that the total sanctioned intake is 80 students with 40 students allotted to each major. That is the one which we have seen here. The 2 programs, honors in economics with minors in data science, and the other one is vice versa. That is majors in data science with minors in economics. So 40 plus 40 is what they are admitting, their intake capacity, let's say. And actually, if you see, these are the key dates for admission process for the academic year 2026-27. This is like application window is opening on 3rd week of October to 28th November. The admission test will be conducted on Saturday, 13th December 2025. So basically what's happening is here, there will be an interview as well. This particular test will consist of your weightage of 60%. The marks which you get in this will have a total weightage of 60% in the selection process. The rest of the 40% would be on your personal interview. That is, if you could see here, interview dates are also mentioned, and the after interviews, the final result offer release date is also mentioned, and wait list, that is the technically the college will start in the month of May, let's say in the first week of May. And you could see this, what is the eligibility criteria to appear for this exam. As of 1st August 2026, applicant must be 20 years or younger, that is less than or equal to 20 years of age, and successful completion of class 12th, and mathematics as a subject in class 12th is mandatory for both the majors. Students should have secured a minimum of 60% in mathematics of class 10th. So you should definitely have mathematics subject in your class 12th and class 10th, of course. Class 12th, it's a mandatory. If not, then you're not eligible to apply for this program, or even there's no point in then appearing for the exam if you're not eligible for this particular program. And the next thing you could see is, yeah, this is how does the selection process work. Entrance test is of 60% and the other one is interview. Interview is of 40%. So after your test, they'll roll up the interview calls based on your performance in the test, and they will take a physical personal interview for shortlisted candidates. So what does that interview mainly expect from you people? Because basically when you are from 12th grade, they expect you to have good mathematics knowledge so that you can cope up with this course or the degree which they are offering in the undergraduate 4-year course. This is what I am interested at now. Format of IIMB UG admission test. Here it is divided into 3 sections. One is English comprehension, the other one is Quant and DI, and the third one is logical reasoning. 15, 30, 15 questions. It's a 2-hour test. Basically, there are total of 60 questions in it, in which it is said that +1 marking will be there and negative mark of 1/3 will be given. But the point is here, we are not sure exactly if this 120 minutes, in what ratio are they going to divide the time, or is it going to be a session, is it going to be a test where you can toggle between the sections as per your choice. If that is the case, then the way of approach should be different for the exam, or else if there is a fixed time for each section such that you can't toggle as you wish, then it will be a different strategy to maximize our scores in the test. Now, this is who will teach the program. That's IIM Bangalore faculty and residential program. This is all, and what kind of career and placement support. See, I'll talk about this when I show you a brief on the course curriculum. So, having said this, now let us move to the next one. Yeah, if you see this BSc Honors Economics, it is basically 4-year full-time residential program, and in this, it is combined a full-time undergraduate economics with a data science minor. If you could see here, they have given even a detailed semester-wise courses list as well. What you are going to do in the 4-year course, that is in 8 semesters. So the point is that if you could see this programming one, probability, linear algebra, calculus, these particular gray area, the one which are highlighted in the gray color, are the courses which are like a compulsory courses, which will be same for both the degrees, the one whoever is in this department or the vice versa, the economics and data science. Whereas if you could see this orange highlighted, these courses, be it data structures, machine learning, time series and all this comes under the minors of data science. As you are taking a minor, only 6 courses or only let's say, 6 courses are included in your entire 4 years journey to give you a minor in data science. Whereas as your major is in economics, this all highlighted, let's say, microeconomics, macroeconomics, econometrics, money and banking, international economics. These are like, these courses, basically if you see these courses, these are total foundation course of economics for 4 years, which makes you get a major in economics. And these are something which are required if you want to do well in your corporate journey as well, because finance and economics knowledge is always, trust me, it is always valued. And if you could see, there are some courses which are highlighted in yellow, that is personal communication, professional communication, and there is this technical writing skills, environmental science, Indian constitution law. These are given in order to make a student overall develop, that is in the 4 years of time, he has to get this kind of experience and knowledge. So these are the courses which are included in your curriculum. And you could see there is this corporate finance, operations management, building the new venture, valuation, investments, and managerial decision making. These are the courses which are listed so that you get a proper foundation in finance, because economics is different from finance and economics is a major, whereas this finance will make you build up a good foundation for a corporate finance career. So these are like a must and should courses which they did involve it in the curriculum. This is a roughly, you could say this is 4-year courses list, and some electives are mentioned because there is, I think 2 electives are given here to be done. 2 electives have to be done in your 3rd year, that is 5th and 6th semester, 1 in each. So to opt from, these are the courses to opt from. This is basically the structure. So more or less the same thing, the reverse of this, more or less I would say. This is the course for BSc Honors Data Science. In this course, what's happening? This is a major in data science with an economic minor. So the only difference which you get is, now the number of courses on data science is so huge because you're doing a major in it. You could see this blue color highlighted courses. This all comes under the data science part. Whereas the econometrics, micro, behavioral, only 5 courses are mentioned for economics for a minor. And the rest of the courses are same for both the degrees, be it compulsory courses or there's overall development skill course based and founding or to get this foundations in the finance. These all common courses in both the degrees. So why did I spend time for you to understand these things are? One thing what I totally suggest, and even before saying that, let me tell you that I am a graduate from BS Economics. So I'm pretty sure I am in a good position to tell you what kind of things which this can give you is basically, it opens the doors for your corporate career on a very good level, let's say. Once you make your seat into, let's say you got an admit into this IIM B UG program, be it anything, honors in data science or honors in economics, either of them. The good thing which happens is your career prospect gets open to the very big companies of our global, let's say JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, any financial analyst role, or even let's say even consulting companies, but the role may not be immediate consultant, it could be a data analyst. But the point is that once it opens the doors, I'm telling you, that is what it requires in your career prospect. See, basically this economics course is usually offered in many institutes, including IITs. But the point is, let's say you have to get all in your rank of, let's say, bare minimum, let's say 2,500 at least to get into a good IIT with an economics degree. So in JEE Advanced. But this course offers you definitely a much bigger platform where you can bypass that, get into this, because the exam is 2 hours, which is having 3 sections, which do not require very subject specialization as such, which can be handled with a proper consistent preparation, and which is what Cracku is focusing currently. This is what Cracku is offering to the people. These are 5 free mock tests which are framed, or let's say which are being provided to the students on a free basis. This entire thing will be free. You can register on Cracku website. The link is in the description. You can register onto it and make use of it. One thing before I mention this, please do understand, though, as it mentioned you, the IIM Bangalore said that these will be the 3 sections and number of questions, but they did not mention about exactly what are the key topics or the syllabus of the exam. Upon asking them for the same to the institute, the reply which they gave is they are going to provide it by November 3rd week or 2nd week. But we are pretty sure these are the topics which will definitely be there in the exam. In addition to these topics, there will be the syllabus, but these are like main topics: arithmetic, algebra, geometry. These are, when I say geometry, it's not plain geometry, it's a let's say triangles and a coordinate geometry basis is what I'm referring to. So the other things are like when it comes to RC, reading comprehension, vocabulary part, parajumbles is what I'm expecting, and LR, that is logical and analytical reasoning, some missing tables, data values, data charts, or some arrangement puzzles. So this is definitely there, and in precise when they give us the more information on exam which is being conducted, then we will definitely update these mock tests or even add some mock tests with a updated version of the pattern of the exam and how they're exactly, what kind of syllabus they're adding and everything. For now, we're definitely sure this will be helpful. I totally suggest people to take up this and make best use of this, because we are providing for the next 2 months. It's a free live session which goes on every day from now on. Today the topic would be obviously, which I mentioned in the starting. It is a topic today I'll be taking up is percentages and averages. I'll teach what is a percentage, a bit of concept with let's say 3 to 4 questions, and averages with 3 to 4 questions. So make best use of it is what I personally suggest, and even Cracku also. I see the quality of this tests are really good here. The quality is like top notch, I would say, indeed. So definitely these are like not very easy tests or very difficult tests. This lies on a level where you have to definitely face this. You have to definitely do this. So and please try to understand it's a free mock. So when you give a mock, you will understand exactly where you are standing, what kind of practice you require to make it into this IIM. Let me see if there are some questions or anything. So what if I don't have math in 12 but I'm learning in a coaching center? Is that okay? No, it is not okay, honestly, because I think they are willing to see your 12th mathematics on your grade sheet of your 12th scorecard. So I don't think that would be valid thing. Having said that, it's better to know by mailing the IIM B UG authorities. Definitely you can access the IIMB webpage which I've shown in the starting on your search engine, and you could definitely do that, but to the best of my understanding, I guess no. So that is what, and let us get started with the today's topic. Today, first I'll discuss what is a percentage. So basically, this comes under the quantitative and DI, which we show that there are 30 questions in the exam, which is out of 60 questions. So here the percentage, the term percentage, I assume many people of you already know this. This might look very basic to few of you, but let me teach this because I'm not sure exactly what level of people are they expecting from this thing. As it is the first session, I'll put this very normal, let's say. So for the percentages, the term percent means per 100 or for every 100. Example is that scoring 30% marks implies out of 100 marks, students score 30. So this is what, if you say there is some person, let's say the name is Ravi, and he scored marks of, let's say, 50 out of 100 in mathematics. What is his percentage? His percentage would simply be 50%. Or let's say there is another guy, Rahul, who got 40 marks out of, let's say, 160 marks. The paper is out of 160 and he got 40. In this case, what percentage of marks did Rahul get? That will be very simple. 40 by 60 into 100. This is nothing but we are seeing for 160 marks, Rahul got 40. So if the paper would have been for 100, what is his score? So if this is the case, it would be simple calculation, 1 by 4 into 100, that is nothing but 25%. So this is what primarily the percentage term means. What percentage of marks or what percentage of let's say share value or anything. You see in the terms of per 100 parts, how much parts is that person possessing. So let's see the next one. This is the fraction table. If someone wants to note down, it will be helpful when you do questions, because usually you find sometimes odd values like, let's say, 1 by 13. Let's say 1 by 13. So in order to convert it, that would be 1 by 13 would be 0.0769. Into 100 when you do, you get this 7.69 percentage. So the point is that you see, when it comes to till 1 by 6 or let's say 1 by 5, these are easy to calculate. But when numbers keeps increasing, 1 by 17 or let's say 1 by 19, this gets difficult to always calculate without the help of calculator is what I'm telling. So you can make use of this if sometimes the question comes on this kind of thing. That is why I've included this particular thing. And let us see one more. What is basically a percentage change in value? See, basically what happens if I say initially you have, let's say, 50 rupees. Let's say you have 50 rupees initially. Somehow, let's say your parent or let's say your brother, whoever it is, gave you some additional of 100 rupees. Let's say some 100 rupees is given to you. Now you are having 150 rupees with you. Initially 50 and 100 rupees was added, you got 150 in your account. Now what would be the percentage change in the value? Percentage change in the value would be final value minus initial value divided by initial value. That is, basically we see what is the change. See, delta can be represented as a change. This would be nothing but final minus initial. Final minus initial. You need not worry if this delta is not given in the questions usually, but you can use this definitely. I think few people already know this, what is delta and everything. So the change would be what? Change would be finally you are having 150, but initially you had just 50. So you got a change of 100 additional, which is given by some, say, your relative. So what is the percentage change? Percentage change would be this change delta divided by initial value into 100 into 100%. So if you apply this, you understand that the change is 100 divided by initial value which you have is 50, isn't it? The initial value you have is 50. So this is what here, final minus initial by initial into 100%. So I'll just do into 100% to find this is what percentage change. This is percentage change, whereas this is only value change. This is direct change in value, which is 150 minus 50. But when I talk about percentage change, it would be delta by initial into 100%. So when you do this, you get 200% is the change. 200% is the change. That is, this is the amount from 50, you went to 150. That implies you have improved it, or let's say you have, when there is a change of 100 rupees when you have initial of 50. So 100 by 50 into 100%, you get this change percentage. So this is basic concepts. Now let us solve some problems. Okay, there is one more concept of successive percentages. Successive percentages is nothing but sometimes in questions it will be mentioned that the cost price is initially increased by 20%, let's say, and then after increasing that again they increased or reduced, let's say again they reduced it by 10% because let's say after increasing 20% customers were not willing to purchase the product, then the shopkeeper might have decided to reduce it 10%. That is again from that price he wanted to reduce it by 10%. That is nothing but if a quantity P is initially increased by A% and then resultant is decreased by B%, then the resultant value will be P into 1 plus A by 100 into 1 minus B by 100. Let me see if there are some doubts or any. Okay, fine. So if P is increased by A and the resultant is decreased by B, then the final value would be P into 1 plus A by 100 into 1 minus B by 100. How did we get this value? We got this value that firstly it is said that A% is increased, A% increase is there. So when there is A% increment, how to do that? Initially it is P, initially there is value of P. Now it is increased by A% is what we are saying. So when I say it is increased by A%, I will say A by 100 into P. This is the value which is increased. This is the value which is increased. So when there is an A% increase, the value becomes P plus AP by 100. Now I am saying after this there is a B% decrease. Successively, now the second step is there is a B% decrease. When there is a B% decrease, you will take this value P plus AP by 100, but this minus B%, that is B by 100 into P plus AP by 100. P plus AP by 100. So what am I getting? I will be getting P plus AP by 100. If I take this common, this will be into 1, this will be minus B by 100. This is what I am getting. This is nothing but what? Here P can be taken common. That is nothing but P into 1 plus A by 100 into 1 minus B by 100. So this is what mentioned on the formula thing, you could say. It's not a formula basically, it's just a concept. But this is something which I thought of explaining because sometimes people get tended to confuse when they say there is a successive change in percentages or increment, decrement, discount or markup prices on the shopkeeper sellings and everything. So that is why I've taken up this slide. Let us now get started with the questions. I'll just run the timer. Solve this. It will be having a timer of 120 seconds if I'm not wrong. Yes, 2 minutes. This could be pretty simple to few of you, or someone might feel difficult as well. It depends on your strengths and weakness. So that is the reason we are offering that free mocks, so that you can analyze yourself better, and accordingly we can chart a plan of action so that you could succeed in this particular exam. So as time is up, let us solve this particular question. Here it is given that in a company, 30% of the employees are men and 60% of the men go to the gym regularly. If 39% of all the employees go to the gym regularly, what percentage of women go to the gym regularly? So it is said that in a company 30% of employees are men. Let's say in company there are total of n number of employees. In company, let's say there are total of n number of employees. Then there are 30% employees are men. That is, what is 30%? 30 by 100 into n. So this is termed as number of men. So what would be the rest of the 70%? That is 70 by 100 into n would be female. Should be female. So 30% of employees are men and 70% are female. Now, and 60% of the men, 60% of the men go to the gym regularly. Out of this 3n by 10, 30n by 100 is nothing but 3n by 10. Out of this 3n by 10, 60% of the men go to gym regularly. 60%. So, out of this, if you see this males component here, the total of males is, let's say, 3n by, okay, one sec, 3n by 10, 30n by 100. Here it is set 60%. That is nothing but 60 by 100 into 3n by 10. This should be nothing but 18n by 100. This is the people who are going to gym. These number of males are going to gym. So if 60% of male is only going to gym, that implies 40% is not going to the gym. In males, I'm talking about only in males, they are not going to gym. Okay. Now, in the question it is also said, if 39% of all employees go to the gym regularly, 39% of all the employees, that is in this entire end, 39% is going to gym regularly, then what percentage of women go to the gym regularly? So, we have seen that already these many people are going to the gym in males, and it is said 39% of all employees. 39% of all employees is nothing but 39 by 100 into n. 39 by 100 into n. These many number of people are going to gym in a combination of male and female. In male, I know 18n by 100 is going to gym. 18n by 100 is going to gym. So plus x. This is x is the number of females who are going to gym. X is the number of females. One second. Okay. X is the number of females who are going to the gym. Then what will be my x value? X value is nothing but 21n by 100, which is 39 minus 18, which is nothing but 21n divided by 100. So number of females who are going to gym is 21n by 100. But when I get this 21n by 100, when I am getting this 21n by 100 females going to gym, females, what percentage is out of total females? We know total number of men is 3n by 10, that is 30n by 100. Total number of females, let me write on this side, total number of females is 7n by 10, right? 70%, 7n by 10. In this, 21n by 100 is going to gym. So what is the percentage? So percentage of women going gym is nothing but 21n by 100 divided by the total number of females, which is 7n by 10. It's nothing but 7n by 10 into 100%. So this comes out to be, n will anyways get cancelled. So we get 21 by 70 into 100. This should be nothing but, this will move away, this is 3. So I will be getting 30%. 30% of the women is going to gym regularly. 30% of women is going to gym regularly. So let us see the options. Option A will be my answer. That is 30%. That's it. This is very simple question. I guess people might have understood. Let me see the chat if someone needs to be re-explained. Great. Jaswant Swain, 30%. Correct answer. So let us also see one more question. Yes. Try to solve this as well, guys. Okay. Let us solve this now. The time is up. The given time to this particular question. So here it is given that the total number of students at school A is 50% more than the total number of students at school B. All the students of A and B participate in a survey where they are asked the question, do you want to have exams? Which has to be answered in either yes or no. So, do you want to have exams? This is something, if I would have been asked this question when I am at 10th or let's say 9th, whatever the schooling, or even in 11, 12, I would say, no, I don't want exams. So, which has to be answered in either yes or no. Now, 80% of those who say yes are from A and 80% of those who say no are from B. What is the ratio of the total number of students who say yes to the total number of students who say no? And it is given all of them answered with either yes or no. That is, they have only two options. Either they have to say yes or no. They can't say I'm not sure or anything of that sort. So 50% more than the total number of students at school B. How to do this? See, let's say total number of students. This is A. Why is it not working? Should work, right? Yeah. This is section A. This is section B. Now it is given total number of students at school A is 50% more than B. That is, if here there are X number of students total, then in A it is 50% more. That is nothing but X into 1 plus 50 by 100. That is basically, this will be equal, this will be 50 by 100, 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. So it should be 3x by 2. So strength of section A is 3x by 2 if section B strength is x. That is what we can infer from the first statement. Now all the students of A and B participate in a survey where they are asked the question, do you want to have exams, yes or no? So let's say answer yes and answer no. There are two things. Let's say total y number of people answered yes. Total y number of people answered yes. In that case, the rest of the students should go with no. What are the total number of students? One is 3x by 2, the other is x. The total number is 3x by 2 plus x, which is nothing but 5x by 2. So the rest of the students, that is, the total is 3x by 2 plus x, including A and B, sections A and B, in which already y people have voted for yes. So minus y, this will be for no. Now it is said that 80%, if you could see this statement, 80% of those who say yes are from A and 80% of those who say no are from B. So 80% of this yes are from A. 80% of those who say yes are from section A. So in this in this y number of people, 80%, that is nothing but, this implies 80% is nothing but 80 by 100 into y. Out of y, it is said that 80% of people are from A. This is from section A. So what should have been section B? In this is all about yes, right? This is all about yes. Y number of people have told yes, in which 80% is from section A. So 20%, that is 20y by 100 number of people should have been from section B here. Now, having said that, what about the people who have answered no? We know in total there are 5x by 2 minus y number of votes. 5x by 2 minus y. 5x by 2 minus y of votes. In this it is said 80%. Here it is said now 80% of these people who told no are from section B. So if 80% are from section B, 20% would have been from A. 20 by 100 should have been from A. That is nothing but 5x by 2 minus y. This should have been from A. If this is from section A, the 80 should have been from section B for sure. 80 by 100 divided by 5x by 2 minus y. This should have been from section B. Now, what is the logic I will apply over this question is that I already assume that in B there are total of x number of students. In B, if there are total x number of students, if you see only B, let's see if you are checking only B, 20y by 100 here already voted for yes, and 80 by 100 into 5x by 2 minus y from B has voted for no. So if I add these individual components of section B in yes and no, that should be equating to the total strength of B, which is x. That should be equated to the total number of strength, which is x. So what I will be doing here is that now this x, the total x, should be equal to, in yes section B it is 20y by 100. In no, the section B is 80 by 100. This is nothing but 8 by 10 into 5x by 2 minus y. 5x by 2 minus y. So if I do this, what am I getting? This is x is nothing but 2y by 10 plus 8 by 10 into 5x by 2, which is 40 by 20 into x minus 8y by 10. This implies 40 by 20 is nothing but 2. So 2x and x on LHS, when it goes on to the other side, you will get x is nothing but 6y by 10. Because 2y minus 8y is minus 6y. When you get it on the LHS, you get 6y by 10. So x is 6y by 10, or you could say y is 10x by 6. Y is 10x by 6. Now, what is the question about? The question is about find the ratio. What is the ratio of the total number of students who say yes to the total number of respondents who say no? What is the total number of students who say yes? Yes is told by y number of people. So y divided by to the no, that is 5x by 2 minus y. 5x by 2 minus y. We already deduced that y is nothing but 10x by 6. So let us find this particular value. How can we find this? Y is nothing but 10x by 6. So 10x by 6 divided by 5x by 2 minus 10x by 6. This should be nothing but 10x by 6 divided by, what is 5x by 2 minus 10x by 6? 15x by 6 minus 10x by 6, which is 5x by 6. Which is 5x by 6. X by 6 get cancelled away. We get 10 by 5 or 2 is to 1. What is the value of 10 by 5? 2 is to 1. So answer would be option C for this particular question. That's it in this question. I'll just check if you people have any doubts. All right. Now let us move forward to the next question in this same topic of percentage. After that question, we will go to the averages. Okay, as time is up, let me solve this question for you guys. Here it is given that a mixture contains A liters of H2SO4 acid with B liters of HCl acid in it. Now, what percentage of the mixture by volume is HCl? That is, there is one container, let's say, it is said that H2SO4 and HCl. This is H2SO4 is A liters, HCl is B liters. Now it is asked that what percentage of the mixture by volume is HCl. That is nothing but by volume. If I see, if there is a B liter of HCl in a container of A plus B, because the total volume is what? A plus B. Total volume is A plus B, H2SO4 plus HCl. So this into 100% will be my answer to the question. But the additional information is given here so that from this we should be able to deduce the numerical value of this particular equation. That is B by A plus B into 100. For that, let us see Consider the following two additional piece of information. Okay, now the first we will deal with statement 1. We will deal with statement 1. If 5 liters of H2SO4 is replaced with 5 liters of HCl, the percentage of HCl by volume in mixture get triples. That is, now it is said that 5 liters of H2SO4 is replaced with 5 liters of HCl. So initially H2SO4 is A liters, but 5 liters is replaced. So firstly 5 liters is removed out from H2SO4 and the equal quantity is added for HCl. The equal quantity is added for HCl. So this would be B plus 5. So this would be B plus 5. If 5 liters of H2SO4 is replaced with 5 liters of HCl, the percentage of HCl by volume of mixture triples. So now what is the percentage of HCl by volume? This should be B plus 5 HCl divided by total volume. Total volume again it would be A plus B because just we are replacing 5, we are removing 5 liters of H2SO4 and adding 5 liters of HCl. So the total volume would still remain A plus B because minus 5 plus 5 get cancelled. So this would be A plus B into 100. So this percentage is said that it is tripled. The mixture percentage get triples compared to what? Compared to what we are having on the initial. Okay, what's happening? Initially we are having B by A plus B into 100. No, triple of this is what said. So this value is said that 3 times of B by A plus B into 100. This is what being inferred from the statement 1. From this what we can infer? We get hardly, okay, this 100 gets cancelled away. A plus B also you can remove. So you will be getting B plus 5 is equal to 3B. Is equal to 3B. This is nothing but B should be equal to 2.5. B should be equal to 2.5. So now it is said that from this particular statement I am being able to infer just that B is equal to 2.5. Let me write here if possible. B is equal to 2.5. So if you could see from given thing we only deduce B equal to 2.5, but what is the percentage of HCl? That is, we have to deduce actually what? B by A plus B into 100. We need value of B by A plus B into 100, but from statement 1 I only know that B value is 2.5. Is this sufficient to find the value? Because we know only B, we do not know A. At least we should know the value of A by B, right? Because this can be rewritten as what? 1 by A by B plus 1. This is 1 by A plus B plus 1 into 100%. So at least we should be knowing the value of A by B, but we do not know it from statement 1. We do not know it from statement 1. We only know B is 2.5. So that won't be definitely, it won't be sufficient to answer our question of B by A plus B into 100. But now let us see what is second statement said. Second statement is given that if 1/3 of H2SO4 by volume were replaced with an equal amount of HCl, 1/3 of H2SO4 is replaced. In this particular statement, out of A liters, 1/3 is removed, that is A by 3 is removed, and same A by 3 quantity is added to HCl. Then percentage of HCl by volume in the mixture would quadruple. Quadruple is nothing but 4 times. It will become 4 times of what it was initially if there is no change of A and B composition. So it is now said that 1/3 is removed. If 1/3 is removed, H2SO4 would go from A minus A by 3 because 1/3 of A is removed, right? 1/3 of H2SO4 is removed. But HCl, initially it was B. Now we are adding this A by 3. Now we are adding this A by 3. Removing A by 3 H2SO4 and adding same quantity of HCl. Now what will be the percentage of HCl by volume? By volume it would be B plus A by 3 divided by total volume would still be B plus A because minus A by 3 plus A by 3 goes away. Still it will be A plus B only, the total volume in liters. So A plus B into 100. This value is said that quadruple. Quadruple is nothing but what? 4 times. 4 times of initial value. Initial value is nothing but B by A plus B into 100. This is what precisely being inferred. So here if you could see, 100 goes away, A plus B goes away, and I will be getting B plus A by 3 is nothing but 4B. B plus A by 3 is nothing but 4B from statement 2. So here I am getting a relation which is nothing but 3B equal to A by 3. This should be A is nothing but 9B. A is nothing but 9B. So if you see statement 2 I am getting A is equal to 9B. A is equal to 9B. Is this sufficient to find the given question, that is to find B by A plus B into 100%? That is 1 by A by B plus 1. It is more than sufficient, because not more than sufficient, let's say exactly sufficient amount of information, which is A equal to 9B. If I do that A equal to 9B, directly I could apply here. I would be getting as A equal to 9B, A by B is nothing but 9. So 1 by 9 plus 1 into 100, which is nothing but basically 10%. So this is sufficient. Getting A by B value would be sufficient. So 2 is sufficient alone. That means if you see the options, 1 alone is sufficient to solve the problem will go wrong, because B equal to 2.5 is not sufficient. We need at least some A by B relation or at least A value. 2 alone is sufficient to solve the problem is right, because here we directly get A equal to 9B, which is sufficient to find the value. Though we individually we do not know the value of A and B, we know the relation A equal to 9B, which is sufficient. Either of 1 or 2 by itself is sufficient will go wrong. 1 and 2 both are required to solve the problem. See, if you take 1 and 2 both, still you will be able to solve. From 2 you are getting A equal to 9B, from 1 you are getting B equal to 2.5. You can individually also find the values of A and B, but is it required to find individual A and B values? That is not required, because it is sufficient. The question is just to find this value. Just to find this value. So you need not know exact A and B values. So 1 and 2 both are definitely required to solve the problem is wrong. The problem cannot be solved even with both 1 and 2. This is definitely wrong. So point is only option B will be my answer to this particular question. Okay. Let us move forward now. I was just checking if there are any doubts on my chat box. Yes, this is again being mentioned. I know few people will join a bit late or whatever. If they have missed, we are offering 5 free mock tests. Mock test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this IIM B UG entrance test, which is being conducted for the first time this year on December 13th for admission of 2026 June batch for the bachelor's in economics and bachelor's in data science. So this will be having 5 mock tests for free. Go and register on Cracku website and make best use of it. This is really, these are high quality mocks, guys. Do not think that as institute is giving a, what do you say this? Okay, on the page the styler is not working, but the point is, do not think that as these are free mocks probably of low quality, not like that. These are very high quality mocks. It is not a very difficult questions, not the direct trivial questions as well. This comes under moderate level, where you have to definitely be analyzing or assessing your own current strength and weakness, so that you would know where you lie currently and how much effort or what, in what direction putting effort is. Like putting effort is one parameter, but in what way you have to put, where are your weaknesses? This is what matters the most in any exam. So the point is that is the reason we have curated this. Make best use of it. Just register and make use of it. Free mocks. As percentages is finished, now let's go to averages. Topic averages. Okay. So what is an average? Average is basically, we often hear this term known averages in the forms like average marks, average package, average sales, etc. What does this average really mean? Average is the way to find the central value of group of n numbers. That is, to find the average, we add all the numbers together and divide it by n. Average is nothing but sum of observations divided by total number of observations. So basically it is said average is the way to find the central value of group of n numbers. So what is the central value of group of n numbers? So if there is a data set, there is one data set, let's say marks of students, marks of 5 students, 5 close friends, let's say. There are some 5 close friends in a school, and I'm mentioning those 5 close friends marks. One got 40, the other got 60, let's say the other got 55, and one person might got 75, and probably one person got full 100 out of 100. So the point is that 40, 60, 55, 75, 100, this is the data set of marks scored by 5 close friends in a school. Now what is the average of this data set? Average is nothing but way to find the central value. To find the average, we just sum all the numbers together and divide it by number of observations. That is nothing but, in this case, average would be what? Average should be 40 plus 60 plus 55 plus 75 plus 100. This is the sum of observations divided by total number of observations. Because there are 5 close friends, it is divided by 5. So it would be 40 plus 60, 100 plus 100, 200, 200 plus 75, 275, 275 plus 55, which is nothing but 330. So 330 divided by 5, this will be my average. So 5 6 are 30 and 66. So 66 will be the average of this particular data set, where there is a 40, 60, 55, 75, 100 scores of 5 close friends. So what is the average 66 is not one among the data set. Please try to understand. If you think so, the average is a central value of group of n numbers, but it need not be the part of the set. It need not be the part of the data set which I am referring to. So if you see this definition of averages in a different way, or let's say one more way, averages in the terms of deviation, you will understand that another way to understand average is to think of it as a point where all the values in a data set are balanced. That is when we find average, the total amount by which some are above the average is exactly the same as the total amount by which others are below it. So what does this exact definition mean? And what is this deviation? Difference between the individual and average. I will explain this entire definitions with the help of the same example which we took in the previous slide. That is nothing but close friends, 5 close friends marks, 40, 60, 55, 40, 60, 55, 75, 100. 40, 60, 55, 75 and 100. For this we also saw what is the average. Average we have got 66, right? What is the average? 330 by 5, which is 66. So average is 66. Now it is said that, you see this definition, average is the point where all the values in a data set are balanced. And it is also said total amount by which some are above the average is exactly the total amount by which others are below it. So if this is 66 is the average, now what this definition meant is, when you write these individual values and find the difference between this individual value and the average. For the entire data set, the average is same, 66, 66, 66. So the difference, this particular value is known as deviation of each term. If I ask what is the deviation of element 40 in this particular data set, that would be 40 minus the average, that is 40 minus 66. This would be nothing but minus 26. And 60 minus 66 would be minus 6. 55 minus 66 would be minus 11. And 75 and 66 would be plus 11. Whereas 160 should be 40. So if you see here, if you find deviation for each individual element, you get minus 26, minus 6, minus 11, 11 and 40. Why is this given? Why did I find the deviation? Because if you see the definition, it is said that average is something which balances the entire set. And it is also said the total amount by which some are above the average is exactly the same as the total amount by which others are below it. So what is this above and below? If you see below in this particular case, below average, in this particular set, you would see minus 26, minus 6, minus 11. Below should be negative, right? Minus 26, minus 6, minus 11. What is this value? This value is nothing but minus 32 and minus 11, which is minus 43. Isn't it? Oh, sorry, minus 53. 32, 26 and 6, which is nothing but 32, 32 and 11, right? Did I go anywhere mistake? 11. Oh, sorry, this is not 11, right? This particular value. What is 75 minus 66? This is 9. This is 9. 55 minus 66 is minus 11. 60 minus 6 is minus 6. 40 minus 66 is minus 26. So, if you see this below values, I'll be getting 32 and 11, which I'm getting to be minus 43, right? If I'm not wrong. Should be balanced. 40, 60, 55, 75 and 100. Average is 66, right? 40 plus 60, 100 plus 100, 200. 200 plus 130, which is nothing but 330. 330 by 5 is nothing but 66. So one is minus 26, the other is minus 6, the other is minus 11, and other should be 9. Then this is 66. Yeah, this is where we went wrong. 66. So 100 minus 66, which is nothing but 34. So the point is, I'll put this minus symbol. So minus 26, minus 6, minus 11, which is a below values, you are getting 43. So how many are above average? How many are above average? Above average is positive values. Positive values is just 9 and 34. 9 and 34 summation is also 43. So the average is balancing out the values which are below the average by equal amount which are above. The amount here is basically 43. So the data set is dispersed around this deviation, minus 26, minus 6, minus 11, 9 and 34. The equal amounts, the total equal amount below is equal to total equal amount above the average. So this particular value is such a way calculated by doing summation divided by value 5 over here, because 5 observations. So this is what this particular slide says, what is the deviation and what is above the average and below the average. This is just to make you get a sense of what is exactly the term average means. Having said that, let's see some properties. If all the elements in an average are increased or decreased by a certain number, then the average also increases or decreases by the certain number. That is, if there is xi, x1, x2, x3 data set, x1, x2, x3, if I increase this by k, every element, not just one element, if I increase every element by k, x1 plus k, x2 plus k and x3 plus k, then the average of this new data set would be average of this plus k. That is, if this average is a, then this data set's average would be a plus k. Similarly for minus also, that is, if decreased by certain number k, that is x1 minus k, x2 minus k and x3 minus k, then average would go from a to a minus k. Similarly, if you see these elements are multiplied or divided by k, that is x1, x2, x3 to kx1, kx2 and kx3. If you multiply each and every single element which is in the data set by k, then average also gets multiplied by k. If this average is a, then it would be k times of a. How to find the average, you know, right? A is nothing but x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. Similarly, there is one more inference. If a number greater than current average is added to a set, that is, initially there is 5 number set, now one more person is added into that set, the new average will increase if that particular number which is being added is greater than the average, then that entire set's average will increase. Conversely, if a number less than the current average is added, then the average will decrease. Initially, if there is an average a for n number of people, and I'm adding, let's say, some a minus k. K is a positive number. If I do that, k being a positive for one person, now number of people is n plus 1. In this particular thing, not a minus k, this should be one sec. Because a is the average, right? A is the average for n number of people. Now some number k is being added which is less than the average. Then the total sum would go from an minus an plus k divided by n plus 1. This average would be less than the current average, because AN, if you see this, you will get AN plus K should be less than AN plus A. AN goes away, you get K is less than A. So if the number which is being added into the set, that is the additional person which is getting added, or the additional value which is being included into the set, such that the total number of observation becomes n plus 1, by adding this value K, this will be less than A. The new average will be less than the old average if K is less than A. Similarly, if A is greater than K, the new average would be greater than K. In that case, AN plus K divided by n plus 1 is new average. This new average will be greater than A. That is nothing but A, K being greater than A. K being greater than A. Because the value which is being added, K, is being greater than the average. So AN plus K is greater than A. You get this. K is greater than A. Because AN will again, this will go this side and you get AN plus K is greater than AN plus 1. AN gets cancelled off. You get K is greater than A. So basically, if a number greater than current average is added to the set, then total average improves, that is increases than before. Whereas if the value which is being added is less than the average, then total value would decrease. Any doubts or something before moving to the questions? All right. Okay, it's already 9. Though I thought of discussing 1-2 questions, I think I can take up 1 or 2 questions still. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me solve this for you. The average weight of the class decreases by 1 kg when a student weighing 25 kg joins it. So initially there is a class, let's say, of n number of students, and let's say average weight be some k. Okay, why is this not working? Average weight be, okay, A. Average weight, let it be A. Now it is said that the average weight of the class decreases by 1 kg when a new student weighing 25 kg joins it. That is, from n, the strength or the batch strength is increasing to n plus 1 because one more student is joining, but average is going to decrease by 1. That is, instead of A, now it would be A minus 1, and this person's weight is given is 25 kg. Now, if this much is given, we already know initially if there is a average of A for n number of people weights, so that summation, that is sum of total weight, sum divided by n is what? A. Sum divided, initially if the total sum is I, sum, then it is A for average A, n number of people. So the sum is nothing but initially weight, sum of what? All weights, sum of all weights initially, sum of all weights. So if this value is n into A, now new person is adding with a weight of 25 kilos. 25 kilos. So this n into A plus 25 will be the sum now. N into A plus 25 will be the sum now. Divided by n plus 1 will be my new average. New average is said that decreasing by 1. New average is said here that it is decreasing by 1. So what can I infer from this? This can be written as NA plus 25 is equal to n plus 1 into A minus 1. N plus 1 into A minus 1. So this can be solved as NA plus 25 should be equal to NA plus A minus N minus 1. Now NA cancels out throughout. I am getting A minus N to be 26. A minus N to be 26. Let us say this is the first equation. Now it is also said the second equation is also given in the question. However, if a student weighing 52 kilo joins instead, that is instead of 25 kilo, if a student weighing 52 kilo is joining the classroom, then the class average weight increases by 2. That is, average goes to A plus 2 if a person of 52 kg joins the class. So average goes from A to A plus 2, 52 kg weighing person joining the class. And it would be initially n from going to n plus 1 because one student is being added. So initial sum is NA. Now the final, I am writing here sum of weights. The final sum would be what? The final sum should be initially n into A plus new person is added with 52 kg. So NA plus 52. So average, if I see average, initially it is A. Now here it is being said that it is going to A plus 2. But what is the average? Average is nothing but this new sum NA plus 52 divided by N plus 1. This value is said to be A plus 2. This value is said to be A plus 2. Why are we doing this? Because we have to find present average weight of the class. That is, just for n number of students, what is the average? That is, value of A. Value of A is what being asked. So here I will be getting NA plus 52 is equal to NA A plus 2 into N plus 1. That is AN plus A plus 2N plus 2. So NA goes away. I will be getting A plus 2N is equal to 50. A plus 2N is equal to 50. Let us say this is the second equation. The first equation is A minus N is 26. The second equation is A plus 2N is equal to 50. So if I add these both equations or I'm subtracting these both equations, that is equation 2 minus equation 1. What will I be getting? I will be getting A plus 2N on LHS minus A minus N on LHS equal to 50 minus 26 on RHS. So this should be nothing but A goes away, 2N minus of minus N, so 2N plus N which is 3N, 50 minus 26, this should be 24. This should be 24. So I will be getting N is nothing but 8, 24 by 3. N is nothing but 8. So I got N value as 8. So what is the A value? A minus N is 26. So A is nothing but 26 plus 8, which comes out to be 34 average. So A value I got to be 34 kg initially with number of students in the class to be 8. This is what I got. Now the question is, what is the present average weight of the class? That is, average A value is being asked in the question. For that, the answer would be option A, which is 34 kilo. That's it, guys. Now, please do share this with your friends, whoever is in 12th standard, aspiring to get into IIM Bangalore. for their UG course, so that they have good amount of career prospects. So this will be on a daily basis. The timing would be the same, 8 to 9. This would be, we will be covering more or less the entire syllabus, which will be covered in the exam, which will be asked in the exam on December 13th. All the quant, verbal, and even the logical reasoning part in the next 2 months. That is, the exam is on December 13th. So please do share it with your friends. We are hoping more number of people to turn into this live sessions, because these are freely conducted on the YouTube. So make best use of it, and even do not forget to get registered on the free mocks webpage, or the Cracku registration which I have shown you. Free mocks, the link is anyways given in the description. You can find it over there. Please go register and assess yourself by giving a free mock test. 5 mock tests are being given for free. Thank you guys.